Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from. We have a bunch of topics to talk about today following Trump's speech in Saudi Arabia. He is there to strengthen economic and military ties with the Saudis. A lot of fascinating stuff was said about taking out terrorist leaders, his blunt message to Iran, and the strength of the U.S. military. So we're going to go through all of it. We're going to break it all down. He has a great line, a very cold line about how it's God's job to judge people. It's his job to defend the United States. I absolutely love that line a lot. Before we get into all of that and much more, please make sure to like and subscribe. Comment with your thoughts below about all of Trump's topics, his comments, and his, what we're building with the Saudis, what you think about a potential war with Iran, whatever the comments are. I love reading them. Let me know below. Hit that bell above so that you always know when a new video is coming. And now let's roll into it. So as I said, President Trump is currently in Saudi Arabia giving speeches as well as signing a $600 billion, that's with a B, $600 billion economic deal with Saudi Arabia. And the reason for this is it's critically important. We are in a powder keg of a situation in the Middle East. Israel is at war with Hamas in Gaza. Iran, we are attempting to reach diplomatic solutions with over the country's nuclear program. We are attempting to turn the temperature down, find a peaceful resolution to everything that is going on so that we don't have to go to war. So this is a very important trip. It's a very important diplomatic trip. There are massive military implications, geopolitical implications, and anyone who says it's not a critically important trip is lying to you and should absolutely be ignored. Now, Trump said three big things. I mean, he said a lot of things during his speech, but he said three big things that I pulled. We're going to run the clips. We're going to go through them all. And that includes the first clip we're going to watch here, which is an announcement that we have killed over 80 terrorist leaders since Trump took office on January 20th, 2025. Since his return to office, that's right, the United States of America has shellacked more than 80 of the worst humans on the planet. And it's a reminder of American strength, of American power, and that under President Donald Trump's leadership, the United States is not playing games with terrorist organizations. If you threaten America, we are going to come light you up like a Christmas tree because that's what we do, and we have the best military on the planet. So let's go ahead and watch that right now.
Hard. We got what we came for, and then we got out. Since January 20th, the U.S. military has terminated 83 terrorist leaders operating across Iraq, Syria, and Somalia, including ISIS's #2 global leader. You read about that just recently.
So there you saw President Donald Trump talking about how we have killed 83 terrorist leaders since he returned to office on January 20th. Let that be a reminder to all the bad guys out there that if you mess with America, if you come after us, we're going to put warheads on foreheads and we're going to put you down in the dirt. We're going to put you to a nap, put you down for a nap that you're never going to wake up from. You mess with us, it's going to be a curtain call for you. That's the way it should operate. And that's what we roll into now with the second clip, where Trump is talking about Iran amid ongoing diplomatic negotiations over, again, the country's nuclear program and whether or not we are going to have a peaceful resolution where everyone wins, or if this is going to have to go a much different path where the United States has to take military action against the Iranian regime to knock out their facilities, because as we've discussed at length, only the United States is capable of doing that. Let's go ahead and roll that clip right now.
Yet I'm here today not merely to condemn the past chaos of Iran's leaders, but to offer them a new path and a much better path toward a far better and more hopeful future. As I've shown repeatedly, I am willing to end past conflicts and forge new partnerships for a better and more stable world, even if our differences may be very profound, which obviously they are in the case of Iran. I have never believed in having permanent enemies. I am different than a lot of people think. I don't like permanent enemies, but sometimes you need enemies to do the job, and you have to do it right. Enemies get you motivated. In fact, some of the closest friends of the United States of America are nations we fought wars against in generations past, and now they're our friends and our allies. I want to make a deal with Iran. If I can make a deal with Iran, I'll be very happy. If we're going to make your region and the world a safer place. But if Iran's leadership rejects this olive branch and continues to attack their neighbors, then we will have no choice but to inflict massive maximum pressure, drive Iranian oil exports to zero like I did before. If you know that, they were a virtually bankrupt country because of what I did. They had no money for terror. They had no money for Hamas or Hezbollah, and take all action required to stop the regime from ever having a nuclear weapon. Iran will never have a nuclear weapon.
So there you have President Donald Trump making his views on the Iranian negotiations, making his views on potentially either reaching a deal or knocking out their facilities very clear. He is extending an olive branch, which I would encourage the hell out of the Iranians to take, because that offer is not going to last forever. And as Trump is making crystal clear, if we have to go the military route, it is going to be brutal, and it's going to be brutal in a way that the Iranian government and the Iranian leadership can't even begin to imagine. That rolls us here into our third and final clip. Trump talking about the strength of the United States military and how, again, it's not up to him to judge people. That's God's job. His job is to defend the United States, and that means if he's got to take out bad guys, that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to take out bad guys. Let's roll that clip right now.
In recent years, far too many American presidents have been afflicted with the notion that it's our job to look into the souls of foreign leaders and use U.S. policy to dispense justice for their sins. They loved using our very powerful military, and now it's really the most powerful it's ever been. We just are getting a budget approved, $1 trillion, highest budget we've ever had in history for military, $1 trillion. And we're getting the greatest missiles, the greatest weapons. And, you know, I hate to do it, but you have to do it because we believe in peace through strength. You have to have the strength, otherwise bad things could happen. But hopefully we'll never have to use any of those weapons. Seems to be an awfully big waste of money if you're never going to use them, but hopefully we'll never have to use them, because the destructive power of some of those weapons are like nobody's seen before. I believe it is God's job to sit in judgment, my job to defend America and to promote the fundamental interest of stability, prosperity, and peace. That's what I really want to do.
So the point of all three of those clips is very simple, and the message is this. The United States military remains the greatest in the world. We are killing terrorists wherever we can find them, and we are doing it at essentially a low cost to the United States. We're hitting them in airstrikes. We're hitting them in commando raids. There is nobody who can run or hide from us. If you end up on one of our lists, it is game over for you. And whether it's the drug cartels or the Iranian regime, they'd all be smart to recognize the reality of the situation. They do not want trouble with the United States of America. Like he said, we've already taken out 83 terrorist leaders. Our military is capable of crushing anyone they come up against. Doesn't mean it won't come at a cost at times. It always can. Certainly if you go to war with a country like China, where they have a Navy, Air Force, things of that nature, certainly we are going to steamroll anyone in the Middle East. There's no question about that. And he's saying, hey, Iran, let's make a deal. Let's make a deal where you don't get a nuke, but your country is much better off for it. The people of your country are much better off for it. We don't have to get into a huge Middle Eastern conflict. We don't have to start a war, which leads to point 3 of, I don't judge people. That's God's job. I'm just here to defend the United States of America. I thought the whole speech was excellent, and it was a blunt and very fun and at times entertaining reminder that the United States doesn't play games when it comes to our national security. President Donald Trump has made it clear time and time again, he will do what is ever necessary to keep the United States safe. And if you're a bad guy who wants to harm Americans, he's going to take you out. That's the way it should be. I don't care what your political party is. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care about any of that. The job of the President of the United States is to protect the interest of the country and protect the people of the country. Never put another country first. Never put the interest of other people first. It is about the United States of America. And if that means that we have to create alliances with people such as the Saudis who give us oil or whatever it might be, that's part of doing business. That's the cost of doing business, right? So I thought it was an excellent speech, and quite frankly, I hope every bad guy watches it. I hope the people in Tehran are watching it, and they're thinking, you know what? We don't want problems with these people either. Let's go ahead and make a deal. But I want to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below if you think a deal can be reached. What do you think about Trump announcing the death of 83 terrorist leaders? What do you think about his comment about God judging and not him? I thought it was all very entertaining, very fun, and also, it's all true. It's all factually accurate. The United States military is the best. We do kill terrorists, and we will absolutely steamroll whoever we come up against, but we also love peace. We're a peace-loving nation. We are very peaceful, generous people. That's what makes us as Americans so great, as to where other societies, that might not be the case. And sorry if that hurts anyone's feelings, but it's just true. So let me know in the comments what you think. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the bell so you always know when a new video is coming. And as always, I'll catch you all next time.